I want to talk for a moment about the scarcity lie society sells you and what you already have. In the 19th century, aluminum was considered more valuable than gold. Not because it was rare, it wasn't. Aluminum was everywhere, hiding in plain sight, bound in other materials. The problem wasn't its existence. The problem was the belief in its scarcity, shaped by the limits of our methods, imagination, and understanding. Then came the Hall-Héroult process in 1886 and the Bayer process in 1887, and suddenly aluminum became accessible, usable, and affordable. Nothing changed except our ability to see and extract what had always been there. Isn't that how life works? Society, through politics, religion, culture, and dominant voices, trains us to accept what is scarce, what is real, what we need, and what we don't. It convinces us of what's worthy and unworthy, possible and impossible. It sells us scripted definitions of truth, success, love, and power. It often decides our value and our limits before we've even had a chance to know ourselves in any meaningful way. And it sells us the idea that fulfillment is something we must earn, deserve, or acquire somewhere out there, someday. In doing so, it teaches us to exchange our present fulfillment for worry, to exchange our peace for shame, to trade what we already have for a marketed version of more. All because we outsourced our seeing to someone else's saying. But here's the truth. If someone in the early 1800s had declared that aluminum wasn't rare, that it was all around us, they'd likely be dismissed, mocked, silenced, maybe even punished. Not because they were wrong, but because society hadn't caught up to the reality. The same is true for fulfillment. You don't find fulfillment because you earned it. Not because you finally bought a Birkin or drove the right car or wore the right designer initials. You find it when you remember it. When you become willing to believe fulfillment is already here. That it's always been here. That the process isn't achieving fulfillment, it's perceiving fulfillment. Because fulfillment isn't a reward, it's a recognition. And until you stop believing the lie that it lives in the future, behind effort, money, perfection, approval, you won't be able to see what's already been available to you all along. Just like aluminum, it was always here. Your desire to feel fulfilled isn't proof of what's missing. It's proof of what exists. Desire is the signal, not the shortage. And the moment we retrain the mind, the heart, and the soul to stop waiting on fulfillment and start feeling the fulfilling of fulfillment right now, everything changes. Not because the earth changed, not because someone gave you permission, but because you did. This is mental wealth. If you click on my Stand Store link in my bio or scan the QR code, you can then have access to my Flow Daily Practice Checklist, a simple, powerful guide you can use every day to align your nervous system, connect with your own inner fulfillment, and become a vessel for what life is already bringing through you. This is Sean Speaks.